What's up, everybody? Celtic Scarecrow here, back with another video, getting those 10s and 20 views. This was not the video I was planning on doing. I was going to do a video that probably realistically should have came out like 14 years ago, ranking all the Destiny 1 subclasses for PvE in my twisted opinion. But no, I happened to see a couple weird things, and the title gives away. The Jets have called about Shedeur Sanders. The Shedeur Sanders trade rumors. There are talks and ongoing calls about his availability. And my favorite post so far is rumors the Browns are reportedly fielding trade calls for star quarterback. That's a stretch right there, in my opinion. Star quarterback. Shedeur Sanders. There are talks on the availability of Shedeur. The Browns don't think the Browns, whatsoever reason, I'll get to that in a minute, don't think he's the guy, in my opinion. The Deshaun Watson impact has been felt. Basically, from what I'm seeing, is Deshaun Watson's having a really good camp and probably going to take the starting job. This says a lot about Shedeur. Not so much about Dylan Gabriel. I'll get to Gabriel in a second, but more or less Shedeur, because Shedeur is one of the most popular. Let's see.
A few moments later.
Sorry. Shedeur Sanders finished 31st league-wide in jersey sales, which is between March of 2025 and February 2026. He surged to the top 5 spot overall across all players during the summer. So this is a guy who sells jerseys. People seem to really like him, and he isn't. And they're looking to trade him potentially. Now, why would they do him? Well, he had a mediocre rookie campaign. Here's the stats. 212 attempts. He has 122 completions. That's 56.5 for 1,400 yards. Oddly flat number. With 6 touchdowns, 11 interceptions, and he was sacked 23 times. He ran the ball 21 times for 169 yards with 1 touchdown. That's okay. It's not like what you want. Well, for a 5th rounder, that's a good starting season. You could build off this. You could be like, okay, let's give him a full offseason. Let's add a few more pieces. Let's bring in a coach. It's Cleveland. They always need a new coach. And see if we can get something to him before the end of his rookie contract. Yeah, no. He's apparently losing the starting job to Deshaun Watson, who has not been good since he was accused of sexually assaulting 20+ women back in the early 2020s. Yeah, I don't see the same hate for him like you get for Carter Hart, who was acquitted. Granted, Deshaun's was civil, but still. Yes, like Deshaun Watson, since 2020, granted, he was traded after an injury, has played 6 games, 7, and didn't play last year. He's only had, let's see, 7 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, 7 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, 5 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. So he wasn't even lighting the world on fire before getting hurt again. And it's like Shedeurs cannot top him out. This could be really good news for the other second-year quarterback, the guy they took a couple rounds earlier, and Dylan Gabriel. Gabriel's rookie campaign, 185 attempts, 110 completions. So 10 less completions on 40 attempts. 59.5 complete percentage, 7 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Same amount of touchdowns, and those 2 interceptions came in one game. 14 running attempts for 86 yards. No, so Gabriel, who looked to be more efficient, didn't take the deep threats, but people just didn't like him because he wasn't Shedeur Sanders. Isn't on the trading block, but Shedeur might be. This means to tell me that the talent is not outweighing the circus, at least for Cleveland. They're willing to take a risk on Deshaun Watson, who should be booed just as bad as Carter Hart, if not worse, to be good over Shedeur. And of course, it's like I said, opens the door for Gabriel, because without Shedeur there, if he has another decent year, or he does what he does, which is not throw interceptions, he could probably win that job over. Now, moving on to the other half of the thing of if you were to trade Shedeur, where would you move him? I would not move him to the Jets. That does not make sense for the Jets. It's like the Jets have a number of picks. They have a number of how many first round picks do the Jets have? Where's my NY Jets pick next years? The Jets have 3 first round picks in 2027. They have 2 picks this year. Yeah, they have 3 first round picks next year. So it's like, yeah, the Jets have first round picks, and they can get Dylan Gabriel. Oh, why can't I remember that guy's name? So here's the quarterbacks that are potentially available. Dante Moore, the guy who was almost the number 1 pick if Mendoza didn't have a monster season. Archie Manning, who stars look better, and if he has a solid season this year, that last name is going to carry a lot of weight. Julian Sane, Ohio State. I got no opinion on dude. I haven't seen much of him. And my boy CJ Carr, who I think could be the number 1 quarterback taken. So you have, and also you have Sellers from South Carolina, some guy from Ole Miss, and another guy from UCLA. But it's like you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 quarterbacks that could all be fighting for that number 1 pick. If I'm the Jets, I'm like, I'm not going to give up picks. Get a highly prospected quarterback that I can get on for 5 years, not 2 more years. I'm going to stick with my picks and run the risk next year when I have options. So where do I think would be a good spot for him to go? Well, we're not going with Atlanta. I'll cross that one off the plate because I know that's where his dad played. They have Tua, they have Penix. Adding him down there, you would have to move one of those 2, and I don't think Cleveland wants one of those 2. So I don't think that. I think the best options are a place where he sits a year to learn that team's offense. Maybe takes over if they don't look too good. So my top 3-ish teams would be best fit would be actually San Francisco. Kyle Shanahan out there. Niners. You can also tell I don't do much prep work here. Yeah, Kyle Shanahan, who is like an offensive guru, makes Brock Purdy look real good. You bring Shedeur out there with him, with his checkdowns and checkdowns and checkdowns. I think they have the talent around and be like, okay, cool, just let's work on the turnovers. That could really work. The other spots I could see him thriving in would be somewhere like Dallas. You have Dak. Yes, you have Dak. Dak's also getting up there in age. And Jerry Jones would want a Manziel. Having Shedeur would move tickets. He'll get a lot of people there. Hey, you had his dad. that would be a good fit. And if the Cowboys aren't looking too good, and Dak gets hurt, unfortunately, again, he can slide in, take over, and maybe be the starting quarterback of the America's team, the Dallas Cowboys. Also, I would love to see the content Scooter would do with that. Last team I think would be a decent fit. Could actually be Tampa Bay. Or no, not Tampa Bay. Yeah, Tampa Bay. I think Tampa Bay would be a decent fit. I think the Baker, how many more good years you have, and the last one I'm gonna do with top four would be actually the Rams. Granted, they just Ty Simpson for Shedeur Sanders. The Rams would have to get another pick back, but that would actually not be a bad trade. The Rams get a big name. Ty Simpson should have went to like second, third round, and going somewhere like there, you would pick up his first round contract. That's actually not a bad deal. So yeah, I think this doesn't bode well for Shedeur that he's already looked to be shopped. That's not looking good for him as talent wise. Best fits for him would be, I just said them. San Francisco, Dallas are the top two, and the other two would be like LA Rams, and Tampa Bay. But that's it. Tell me, what do you think? Will the Browns move Shedeur? If so, where to? I will be live probably twice today. Playing Destiny, more Destiny. Destiny 1, which was going to be the video. But that's it. That's all I have. I'll see you weird people later.